This is the Louie Tee Network.
Who else could it be for me, your me, Louie Tee? Welcome to Lockdown Coverage week number 15 in the National Football League. Indianapolis Colts on the road taking on the Minnesota Vikings. And I love my man, Mike Zimmer. Zimmer! Who's got the keys to your beamer? Love my man Zim. But you didn't need two good eyes to see this ass whooping coming a mile away. This one stung. 34-6. At the crib. To the Colts. Yikes. Wowzers. So, in essence, the Vikings are not trying to make the postseason. That's what this game says to me. The Colts are like, hey, man, I probably won't get in, but don't pronounce me dead just yet. Okay, I heard you. Loud and clear. We'll break this one down here in a second. But first, if you haven't already done so, what are you waiting on? Subscribe to the Louie Tee Network for more great content in 2016 and beyond. Look, we changed the game over here. I want you to help us do that by simply subscribing to the Louie Tee Network on YouTube for more great content. Look, I'm also on Twitter. In the Lab Room is the Twitter handle. Go ahead, follow me on Twitter. I'm also on Facebook. In the Lab Room is the Facebook page. Go ahead and give me the thumbs up there. All of my social media platforms right there in that center console scrolling across the screen so you can't miss them. So go ahead, like the Facebook page. Follow me on Twitter. And of course, first and foremost, make sure you subscribe to the Louie Tee Network on YouTube. All right, so let's jump into this thing real quick. I saw this one coming, and I feel bad because I should have predicted this one because this is what the Colts do. They go on this ugly little, I don't know what to call it. When they play that garbage at home that makes you say they need to fire their coach, they need to fire their GM. You get pissed off. You're like, this team, they need a new O-line. They need to revamp this whole thing top to bottom, clean it up. Let's get it right. Then they go on the road like they did against Green Bay about a month ago, and they win. And you're like, what the fuck is that? Where did that come from? But then they go home and they lose to Houston, and you're like, come on, you trying to win this division or what? So you're going to beat Tennessee at the crib. You're going to beat Houston at the crib. Or lose to Houston at the crib. But then you're going to go on the road and smoke Minnesota? Huh? You just don't know what you... And I knew they were due for one of these. After stinking it up last week at the crib versus Houston, I knew they were due for one of these. And what did they do? They came out and they spanked those boys in their crib. Disrespected them. The utmost disrespect in their house, man. Wow. That was impressive. And just when you think, that loss might have been good enough to get everybody canned, they come back and they do this, and you're like, you can't fire anybody after that. You can't get rid of Ryan Grigson now. You can't get rid of old Chuck. You're stuck with Chuck and company. This is what they do. They're not bad enough to fire everybody. They're not good enough to feel good about everybody either. This is the Indianapolis Colts for you right here. And their record is a perfect indication of where they are as a franchise. Mediocre. They're a 7-7 ball club. They're a 500 team. They're a 500 organization. This is right around where they're supposed to be. And this was impressive. But this is the type of stuff that frustrates you if you're a Colts fan, because it's this inconsistency that drives you nuts. How you could play this well. And it wasn't just offensively. They dominated defensively as well. Granted, the Vikings are not a juggernaut on offense. I don't care, okay? You still held them to 6 points. You know how hard it is to hold a team? I don't give a damn who it is. The Browns even score more than 6 points a game. It's hard to hold an NFL team to 6 measly points in their crib, nonetheless, with their best player back on the field. They dominated in every facet of the game. Special teams, offense, defense. It was an all-around ass thrashing by the Colts. And you ask yourself, why can't you do this more often? Why must you struggle with the Texans? But you can go do this to the Minnesota Vikings. Or you can go and beat the Green Bay Packers in Green Bay. Why must you struggle with teams that you have no business struggling with? You ask that question, you don't get a straightforward answer. It's a dangerous Colts team. They have the ability to go on the road next week and beat the Oakland Raiders. It wouldn't shock me because that's what the Colts do. Just when you think they're dead, they go and they spank the Jets by 800 points. And you say, hey, wait, they're not dead yet. They could still win this division. Then they go home and they lose to the Texans. Just when you say, all right, well, their season's done, they go on the road and they destroy the Minnesota Vikings. Now they're like, hey, don't forget about us. I know the other two are 8-6 and they're fighting over the division, but hey, we're still here, 7-7. Don't count us out yet. I hear you, Indianapolis, but I also know you're inconsistent. So I'm not falling for the old banana in the tailpipe. Trust me, I'm not. But that was damn impressive. I know my man Enrique is watching. What you got to say about Philip Dorsett this week, man? Look, get a young fella a chance. That's all I'm asking for you to do. Is stop beating him up every week and get a young fella a chance, man. Give him a chance. Frank Gore over a C-note in this game? Everything went well. What is there to complain about this week? Swope caught a touchdown. Everything went well. They stripped Adrian Peterson of the ball. Mike Adams had a hell of a first half. Stripped him, recovered it, had a pick to end the first half, led to a field goal. Hell, you were up, what was it, 27-0 at halftime? My God. 27-0 at halftime. Unreal. Vikings should be ashamed of their damn selves. Andrew Luck, I don't know if he got sacked in this game at all. Frank Gore went over a C-note. Everybody's catching touchdown for you. Touchdown for you, Turbin. You want another one, Turbin? Go ahead and get you another one. That, you know what? You want me to tell you what to me symbolized the Vikings' effort in this game? Let me tell you what play did it for me. The Robert Turbin second touchdown, the one that was supposed to be the last points of the first half for the Colts to go up 24-0. Look at that run. If that's not a team waving the white flag and quitting on your ass in a game in progress, I don't know what is. There's no way he's supposed to score on that play. None. No way possible. But that's the sign of a team that's quit right there. That's what happens when you take it to a team. You take their will and their will to fight, their will to win. You take it away from them. Render them lifeless. Colts did that in this game, 34-6. Get the win, get to 7-7, back to 500 on the season. Look, you're probably not going to win the AFC South Division, but at least you're giving it a run. Got a tough one on the road at Oakland next week. Good luck. You're going to need it. But at least you're giving it a run. That's all I can ask you to do. But the inconsistencies of this team drives me nuts. There's no way you're going to still win this division, but at least you're giving it a run. As for the Vikings, look, this is the perfect end to the season for the Vikings because it started with a bang in more than one way. You lose your quarterback, you trade for another. Bang! Damn, okay. First round pick given up for Sam Bradford. Okay, bang, bang. 5-0, the last undefeated team in the league. And then you lose 4 straight. And now the inconsistencies of this team is catching up with them. And you thought AP coming back. And it was funny. AD coming back off of injury. And everybody gets all excited. I'm like, hey, voice of reason here. I just want to chime in. Voice of reason. Wasn't he averaging like 1.2 yards a carry before he got injured? Like, is he just going to come back and magically run for 145 yards? I doubt it behind that stinking ass offensive line. Remember, before he got hurt, the offensive line was actually intact. And he only was averaging like 1.2 yards. So, again, voice of reason here. Don't kill me. I'm just a messenger. The offensive line is way worse now. You think he's going to come back and just magically run for $145? Really? Is that what you thought? He was going to come and save the day? Here I come to save the day. Thought he was going to come and save the day? Hell no. That's a stinking ass offense. There's no repairing, rebuilding, reshaping, or morphing that offense this season. They stink. They stink. You know this, man. What was really disappointing was the defense. I know the offense stinks. Sam Bradford had a good game. What was it, 20, 34, 42, something like that? High completion percentage like always. Almost 300 yards passing. Threw an interception, no touchdowns. Had a solid game. But you know what stinks? The defense stinks. I know the offense stinks. Okay, I don't go into a game relying on the Minnesota Vikings offense to do anything. All I usually ask them to do, don't turn the football over. Well, they turned it over in the first half. AD would have turned over. Sam Bradford would have turned over right before the half. Okay, you get what you get. But before those turnovers even happened, you were already down 17-0 in this game. You didn't have a chance because the defense didn't show up. And there were a lot of dumbass penalties in this game. You want to know why this game got out of control? Dumbass penalties, turnovers, ineffective offense, and I repeat, no defense. What the hell is Linval Joseph doing on the field goal block anyway? Hey, bruh. Come here, man. Come here. Come here. No. Come here. Come on. Hey, you 340 pounds, bruh. Where the hell are you going? What line are you jumping over to block a damn kick? What the hell are you doing? You thought that was a good idea? You need to wash your face. You thought that was a good idea, man. Get your mind right. What's wrong with you? Where you going? Where you going? You know what? That was total self-destruction on the part of the Vikings. Penalty after penalty. Dumbass penalty. That was a dumbass penalty. Just total brain farts. No defense. No offense. You finally quit. And the Colts took it to your ass. And to me, that's a perfect way to end your season because it was so much expectation, so much hype. And it all ended with just abruptly, boom, your season's done. You're done. Go home, you're done. No, seriously, go home, you're done. At 7-7, you're not winning your division. At 7-7, you're not getting in as a wild card. You're done. And with a performance like this, you deserve to be done. This was pathetic. And this is something that I don't expect from a Mike Zimmer coach football team. There was no effort on defense. There was no fight on offense. You got nothing in this game. Nothing. I got nothing from this Vikings team. You were done at halftime. You had already mailed it in. Whew. Man, let's get to some of your comments. Enrique Valencia says, if there's one thing this team is good at, it's consistently being inconsistent. Amen. This is what the Colts do. And it's really hard to know what Colts team you're going to get to show up week in, week out. You just don't. You're going to get the team that shows up on a Monday night and destroys the Jets and scores damn near 50. Are you going to get the team that goes home and loses to the Houston Texans? Are you going to get the team that goes to Green Bay and wins? Or are you going to get the team that goes home and loses to whoever? Fill in the blank. I don't know. You pick a team. I don't know. Or are you going to get the team that goes on the road and scores 27 in the first half versus the Minnesota Vikings en route to a 34-6 blowout victory? I never know what Colts team is going to show up. I don't. But that's the fun in watching the Indianapolis Colts. You got to tune in to find out. Paul George says, it's depressing to realize that we depended on the Jags the rest of the way. Yeah, you don't want to do that. That's never a good idea. And the Jags aren't a team you want to rely on. Sorry for the lagging if it's lagging. Going through a little bit of a technical difficulty here. So I'll wrap this thing up quickly. Enrique Valencia says, good thing at the start of the next season, I came in with lowered expectations. This team, the only thing I look forward to is seeing Andrew Luck and T.Y. ball out, and that they did again, as they always do. And so let me go ahead and wrap this thing up. Colts get the win, 34-6, get to 7-7. They're not dead yet, but they're not going to make the playoffs. We know this. This team is inconsistent, like my man Enrique said. They're an inconsistent football team, and that's what they are. But they get the win. They stay alive in the AFC South. Vikings lose, drop to 7-7, and they're basically done this season. If I'm AP, I'm going to go ahead and go back on the shelf, get ready for next year. There's no reason to play. Your team is done. Your season is essentially done. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, man. and fix these lagging issues. So if it happens in the National Football League, whether big or small, we cover it all here on lockdown coverage. Colts destroy and embarrass the Minnesota Vikings in their own crib, 34-6. Keep their playoff hopes alive while destroying the hopes of the Minnesota Vikings. Both teams lead this game at 7-7, looking at 7-7, totally different. Remember, we're changing the game one live feed at a time when I can get the feed to work properly. I'll see you a little bit later on. Got another ass whooping to talk about. Browns at Bills. Come back and check me out for that one. I'll see you then.